So do I need to turn on the video?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Okay, sure. But I don't know why it is not turning on. One second. Let me check. So once again, I will close the browser and once again I will open. Please.
Yes, sir. Please.
Oh.
Shall we start, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah. So around 140 joined. Okay, let them join, sir. Okay. So very happy morning to all. Welcome you all for the power seminar on data science and its application. I hope you all frequently hearing about the buzzword data science nowadays. It's a multidisciplinary domain which combines both. It's not both like mathematics, statistics, and the programming. Then we have machine learning, AI, cloud, everything. So these are all the different kind of things, a combination of different technologies and the field in the data science. So we have an eminent speaker with us with vast working knowledge in the area of data science. And on behalf of our management, principal, faculty members, students, and ICT Academy, I welcome Sri S. Kannan from Wisen IT Solutions. So Mr. Kannan is a motivated professional with an experience in software development, corporate training, and having vast experience in almost all the vertical, direct experience, knowledge of content management system, then is worked with more than 8 years in the area of data science, machine learning, deep learning, okay, and blockchain, and more than 15 years of experience in Java, SE, and Java EE, and .NET technologies, and ability to adapt to new and more challenging software development roles, and experience delivering SaaS solutions, and with various kind of thing. Handled corporate training for various MNCs, companies like Helios and Matheson USA, then project consultant for various enterprise applications, handled seminars for students in premier colleges like the various other the Tier 1 colleges and universities. Work with various technologies such as client-side, full stack, AI, big data, web applications, blockchain, and data scientist packages like NumPy, Pandas, Matplot, Lib, SkyPy, and a lot more tools, and work with a number of projects. Okay, so with this brief introduction, without wasting our time, we will move on to the session. If you have any query in between, just type it in the chat window so that we will take the questions at the end. So now the session handed over to Kannan sir. Sir, please take over.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you very much, sir, for the introduction. It is very pleasure to have a seminar for Jaya Engineering College, because this is one of the college I missed in my lifetime without giving a seminar. So I really thanks to Mr. Anand who coordinated the things, and after that Mr. Kumaran sir coordinated in a very, within 48 hours everything has been finalized, and we are in the position to take the data science seminar. Okay. I am Kannan. Okay, I represent the company called Wisen IT Solutions. Basically, we are into the corporate training. So, if you take any tier one MNCs, like I'm not talking about a Infosys, or I'm not talking about Wipro or something like Temenos, Gigamon. That is the very next level of companies. We do a lot of corporate training, and we do a lot of corporate consultancy. We do. So let us start with the data science. Now, whenever you learn anything on your computer, any programming language or any artificial intelligence or blockchain or deep learning, machine learning, whichever it is, okay, you always try to simulate in your real life. Okay, whatever you learn, whatever you do in computer, everything you will do in your day-to-day life, you do, whether you do or your father do or your mother does, whoever it is, they will do some kind of simulation, they will try to do. So if you try to simulate those things, if you try to simulate in your lifelong, you won't forget those concepts, you won't forget. So let me share my window. Hope my PowerPoint is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So in this 1 hour session, we are going to speak about the data science. Okay. See, if you know how to add 30 plus 40, that means you are dealing with data that is 30 and 40, and you are able to do your addition. That means you are able to do some kind of mathematical operation. If you are able to do, then this is the basic of your data science. This is the very basic. Okay, this is the very basic. So don't think anything data science is a very big one or very hard to learn. It is very easy to learn. So when we talk about the data science, the first word itself, it says that it is data. See, you have today, you have various data you have. Okay, today you have a various data you have. You have a data, you are having a text data. Today there is a lot of text data is available because everyone is chatting in WhatsApp, everyone is posting in Facebook, everyone is posting in social media networks like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or whichever it is. This is the text data today we have. The next one is we are having a image data. Today everybody is taking a selfie, and everybody is taking a photo shoot, and everybody is having a mobile with them. So anywhere, any place you can take a photo, you are able to take. That is the image data you have. The third one is you are having a video data. Obviously, the video is nothing but a collection of images. So it comes under the category of images only it comes. Then you have a lot of numeric data you have. That means today you know that you have a IoT device. Today you have something called IoT device. That is Internet of Things. And you have a IIoT device also you have. So those devices are collecting the huge amount of data. Those devices are collecting a huge amount of data, and those data are getting aggregated. If these data are available in a structured format, if it is the data is available in a structured format, before internet has come, 99% of the data, 99.9% of the data is available in a structured form. When the data is available in a structured form, it is very easy to analyze. It is very easy to analyze. Today, you are typing something in your WhatsApp, and you are posting some images in your social media. These all are called unstructured data. These all are called unstructured data. When you have something called unstructured data, that means you need certain scientific methodology, or you need certain statistical methodology you need to analyze this particular data. Today you can see in the roadside, or you can see in so many places, you can see a stranger, a poor person will be opening the dustbin, okay, which is kept in the roadside, and he will analyze the data, and then he will take whatever it is needed, maybe a bottle, or maybe a box, or maybe a plastic box. He will collect. In the same way, we are collecting the data from an unstructured world. That means from the Facebook, from the Twitter, from the Facebook, from the Twitter, and from so many social media websites, and so many blog sites. So when you are able to analyze the unstructured data, you can change the world. Whether it is true or not, I don't know. But today, the most hot topic is how the Trump won in 2014 election. 2014 or 17 election. How he won. 2017 election. How he won. Yesterday, there was an article says that the FBI clearly told to Facebook owner and Twitter owner, saying that you should not manipulate any data, you should not manipulate to make someone to win. If you are going to do it next time, if you are able to do it, we are going to close your company, or we will take a very severe action we will take. So you can see here, one president that is also not from a small country, yet the top 5 countries, one of the top 5 countries, here where the election result has been manipulated from this particular unstructured data. So you are trying to get some kind of valid information from the data you are able to get. So that is the reason we talk about data science. Otherwise, if the internet is not there, no one will talk about data science. No one will talk about unstructured data, because before internet, every data is structured. So when we talk about a data, there are two types of data you have. One is quantitative, another thing is qualitative. So this is the place where the data science starts. How the quantitative or qualitative data is going to get differentiated. Now, in your quantitative, you have something called continuous, you have something called discrete. In your qualitative, you have something called nominal, you have something called ordinal. Before we go inside to continuous, discrete, nominal, or ordinal, we will see what quantitative data is and what qualitative data is. Now, when we talk about a quantitative data, the name itself implies that it talks about quantities. It can be measured and written down with numbers. Basically, it will be written as integers or whole numbers. So whichever it is having something called whole numbers you are having, then normally it is called it as a quantitative data. Now, when I'm going to say I am 5 feet 6 inches, obviously I am able to see some kind of quantity called 5 feet, and 6 inches. That is the quantity we talk about. So it is called it as a quantitative data. My friend weight is 60 kgs. Obviously, when you talk about 60 kgs, there is a number, there is a count is available, there is a number is available called 60. So it is called as a quantitative data. The zoo has 2 lions. So the 2 is a number. The 2 is a number. So it is called it as a quantitative data. There are 11 people in cricket ground. That means 11. So you have some kind of quantity you have. When you have some kind of quantity, then it is called it as a quantitative data. This is the place how your machine learning or how your deep learning put together your artificial intelligence, how it is going to happen. From here only the classification starts. This is the place the classification starts. So you might have in your machine learning or in your deep learning, you might have heard there is something called classification, regression, time series analysis, deep enforcement learning, and you are having a image processing. They will talk about so many things. They will talk about all differentiation will start from here, quantitative or qualitative. This is the place only how the machine learning or how the machine learning or how the deep learning is going to work. So when you have something about the quantity, then it is called it as a quantitative data. The next one is qualitative data. The name itself clearly indicates that it is a quality. You are a good person. That means there is a quality in that. So it is a categorical measurement, a very important word to remember it, categories. Or in your most of your machine learning and your deep learning, you talk about only categories. So it is not expressed as numbers. That means it never expressed as a whole number. It never expressed as a number. But it is a natural language. You are a good person. That means it is a natural language. Which will talk about the qualitative data. They are white people. Obviously, there is a quality called white is available. So that is called qualitative data. I have a Honda City car. That is also a qualitative data. That means I have a car. That is one kind of quality I have. They both are crying. Crying is the quality. That is the one kind of feeling you have. So that is going to be your qualitative data. Elephants are standing there. That is also one kind of quality. That means standing there. So that is the qualitative data. So this is the place only where the classification and the regression starts. So you have to remember these 2 things. So if you see, currently my website has 25 visitors, whether it is a quantitative or whether it is a qualitative. Okay, so if you see here, sir, Kumar sir, anyone can
Yeah, sir, yeah, sorry, there is no transition
Okay.
between the slides.
Okay.
Can you make it? And apart from that, need to make it a slideshow, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Slideshow. Oh, there. Okay. No, it's working now. Sir, once again. It is working now. Whether it is visible now?
Yes. Now visible. You can make it a slideshow. It's better, sir.
No, it is in the slideshow only. Once again, maybe I selected the wrong window. One second.
Okay.
So now it is slideshow. Now is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Is it possible that the audience can respond for my question?
They can respond through chat window, sir.
That window. Okay.
I request the participants to respond through chat window. That's possible.
Okay, fine. I will ask the question and I will answer I will answer itself. Okay, because I cannot see the chat window now. So that is the reason. Okay. Currently, my website has 25 visitors, whether it is a quantitative or it is a qualitative. Now there is a number, there is a count is available called 25. That means it is a quantitative. All the visitors are from India. There is no quantity is available, only the quality is available. That means everyone is from India. That is the quality is available. So it is the qualitative. So you can see here, these two statements are talking about my website, but in one statement it is considered as a quantitative, in another statement it is considered as a qualitative. So you have to be very careful when you categorize as a quantitative or qualitative. You have to be very careful about the statement. Can you rate this movie between 1 to 5? Obviously, you can rate 1, or you can rate 2, or you can rate 3, or you can rate 4, or you can rate 5. That means there is some count. So it is called it as a quantitative. Can you rate this movie bad, average, or good? Obviously, there is no count is available. Your bad, average, good, everything is going to be a quality one. It is a quality one. There is no number is available. It is a quality one. So it is considered as a qualitative. Geeta is 2 inches taller than me. That means there is a quantity is available called 2 inch. Which is going to be your quantitative. Geeta is taller than me. You can see these two statements. Geeta is 2 inches taller than me, which considered as a quantitative because there is a count is available. There is a number is available called 2. That is the reason we say it is quantitative. When I say Geeta is taller than me, there is no count is available. There is no number is available. So it is considered as a quality. That is a taller. It will be considered as a quality, and says that it is a qualitative. Choose the ice cream flavors: vanilla, pista, or chocolate. Once again, you don't have anything called quantity. You don't have. When I say I purchase 1 kg of vanilla ice cream, then obviously it is considered as a quantitative. Here it is considered as a qualitative because it is going to give you only the quality, whether you need a vanilla or whether you need a chocolate or whether you need a pista or you need any combination of this. So it is considered as a qualitative. So this is the very important configuration, the very important differentiation you have to do. The next one is, so we saw what is data. Data is nothing but you can have three type of data you can have. One is the text data, another thing is your numeric data, and the third one is your image data. Your video data also comes under the image data because a sequence of images is nothing but a video. Then we saw what is quantitative data and we saw what is qualitative data. Under the quantitative data, you have a continuous data, you have a discrete data. This is the very important differentiation you have to understand. That is the continuous data. Another thing is a discrete data. Discrete data are finite, countable. You can count. How many people are there in your class? You can count. It is finite. It is not essentially to be a finite like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be infinity also. It can be infinity also. It is not essentially to be a finite. For your understanding, we put as a finite, and it is non-negative number. Obviously, you cannot say in my class there are minus 10 students are available. You cannot say. It is not physically present. It is the statement itself is a wrong statement. In the realistic, it is a wrong statement. So your discrete data is nothing but it is going to be a countable. It is going to be a countable, and it can be a finite, or it can be an infinity, or it can be an infinity, and it cannot be a non-negative number, integers. Discrete data can be displayed in a graph like bar chart, and it can be displayed in using your line chart, or it can be displayed using your pie chart. Here comes the important catchy. Now, I am having two numerical values. Two numerical values I have. One is my weight on past 2 years, and another thing is my height for past 2 years. Obviously, I cannot draw a bar chart for this. Height and weight. Height in x-axis, weight in y-axis. These are all the two numerical values. Two numerical values cannot be drawn in a bar chart. It is not practical. You can draw. There is no one is going to stop you. But it never give me any useful visualization. It never give me. So you need, when you draw a bar chart, or when you draw a line chart, or when you draw a pie chart, you need a categorical value. That is the one we are talking about. The category. It's a very important data type in your data science. Because most of the books are website. They never talk about categories on much. So categorical data you need. It's a very simple one. You are having a gender, that is male and female. This is called categorical. That means in my class, how many male students are there, how many female students are there. I can draw it in a graph. I can draw it in a bar graph. I can draw it in a pie chart, which will give me the clear-cut information saying that 30 students are male and 30 students are female. It can give. You can say country. What is the sales in India? What is the sales in Sri Lanka? What is the sales in China? This is so your country can be a categorical. Now, the next one, I can say that it is a year. 2022, what is my sales? 2021, what is my sales? 2020, what is my sales? If you take in your college, 2020, what is the intake? 2021, what is the intake? 2022, what is the intake? 2020, 21, 22, it is a numerical value. 2020, 21 and 22, it is a numerical value. And the intake, maybe 1,000 students or 2,000 students, that is intake also is a numerical value. But here we will consider the year as a categorical value. We won't consider as a numerical value. Because when you say year in numerical values, it will be useful only when you do a comparison. Whether this year is greater than last year or whether this year is less than last year. To do only the comparison, it is going to be useful. Apart from the comparison, you have to do it in a categorical. You have to do the region. I want to know what is my sales. I want to know what is my inventory in South region. I want to know what is my inventory in East region. I want to know what is my inventory in West region. I want to know. Then the region can be taken as a categorical. Now, if you take a train, if you take a railway, you have Southern Railway, you have Eastern Railway, you have Southeastern Railway, you have Northern Railway, you are having a Western Railway, you are having a Southwest Railway, you have. They want to know what is the sales they made. IRCTC want to know what is the sales they made, because according to that only they will consider that they want to add another one train in that particular area or not. Otherwise, why there is a sales is very less, whether something has to be improved or not, they can find out. So your region, east, west, north or south, that also can be take it as a categorical. And another one thing is discrete data cannot be measured. You can't measure the discrete data, you can't measure. So this is the very important classification you have to understand. The measure, you can't measure the discrete data, you can't measure. Is there any way you can measure how many students in your class? You can't measure, you can count. There is a difference between a counting and a measuring. Measuring means you can measure how many liters are available in your can. That is called measure. Count means you are going to count it. You are going to count it. How many visitors has come to my website? That is count. You are going to do the counting. You are going to do. So in your discrete data, you can count, but you can't measure. Please, this is the very important difference. You can count, you can't measure. So in your discrete data, it is an individual, it is countable, it cannot be made more precise. That is, I cannot say it is, I am going in the speed of 124.72 kilometer per mile. I cannot say per kilometer, I cannot say. You can't measure, you can't exactly, you cannot tell that this is the one is going to happen. You can't precise. You can't break down into a smaller part. You can't divide into or you can bring it to a smaller part. You cannot bring. You can say how many liters in a can. I can bring it to a smaller one. How many milliliters in a can? How many milliliters in a can? That means I am able to bring it to a smaller parts. I'm able to bring it to a smaller parts. I'm able to bring. So if you in your discrete data, it is not possible to bring it to a smaller parts. You cannot bring. There are 60 students are available in a class. How can I make it to a smaller part? I cannot say there are 120 of the students are available. The statement itself is not valid. The statement itself is not valid. So you cannot make it as a smaller part. There are 10 customers who bought this mobile. That means it is countable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I cannot say that there is 9.5 customers bought this mobile. There is nothing called 0.5%. You can't do a 0.5%. You cannot do. So you cannot say 9.5 customers. You cannot say. There are 20 computers in this department. You cannot say that I have 15.1 computer. There is nothing called 0.1 computer. You have full computer or you don't have a computer. That's all. You have a yes or you have a no. That's all you have. So you can't say that I have a 15.1 computers. I am having it. You cannot say. That means there are 20 computers in a department is called discrete data. It is called discrete data. The total strength of my class is 60. You cannot say that my strength is 58.2 or 57.2. You cannot say. So that is the reason it is called it as a discrete data. He has 2 siblings. He cannot have 1.2 siblings. He cannot have. There is nothing called 0.2% you don't have. 0.2 brother and all you will not be having it. The chair has 3 legs. You cannot say that the chair is having 2.6 legs it is having. One, the chair will have a leg or it won't have a leg. Three petals in a flower. You cannot say that I am having 1.2 I am having. So you can easily understand that. Now what is the meaning of discrete data? what is the meaning of discrete data, you are able to, you should able to understand. You should able to understand. The next one is the next one is continuous data. You are having a continuous data. It is like a rainfall. So you are having a continuous rain for a given period of time, maybe for 5 minutes or maybe for 10 minutes. You are having a continuous rainfall you have. That is called continuous data. That is called continuous data on any given point of time. It can be a fraction of millisecond or it can be a fraction of nanosecond, but it should be some interval. It should be in some interval, something is happening. It cannot be counted. Your discrete data is countable. Your discrete data is countable. Your continuous data cannot be countable. It cannot be countable. So your continuous data will have a different value at different time of interval. Now I am going in the speed of 80 kilometers per hour. After 1 second, my speed will decrease to 70 kilometers per hour. After 2 seconds, I may increase to 90 kilometers per hour. Then after 2.5 minutes, I may decrease to 40 kilometers per hour. I may decrease. That means you are having a different value, different speed. You are having a different speed you have at different time interval. At different time interval, you are having a different speed. That is called continuous data. That is called continuous data. Continuous data will have random values. I cannot say that now I am going in 80 kilometer speed. I cannot say that after 1 minute I will increase to 90 kilometer speed. I cannot say. It all depends upon who is coming, what is the traffic in my road, who is coming on the road, what are the other obstacles I have it in the road. Depends upon that, it varies. So you can't predict. Really, you cannot predict that what is the next value. You cannot predict. You cannot predict. It may not be a whole number. Obviously, it is not like a whole number. That means there are 60 students are available. There is only 60 students. You cannot have, in your class, you cannot have every 1 day 2 students will get added. You cannot have. There is a fixed of only 60 students or 58 students. So obviously, this continuous data will not have a whole numbers. It will not have. It will not have a whole numbers. It will not have. So your continuous data, it refers to change over a time. It refers to change over a time. It is collected from the precise measurement. Your discrete data cannot be measured. You cannot measure how many students are available. You can't measure. You can count. But your continuous data cannot be countable, but it will be only unmeasurable. You can measure the continuous data. You can measure. You can say that my weight is 61.3 kgs. This is a precious one. You are telling the accurate weight. You are saying the accurate weight that 61.3 kgs. It can change every day, or it can change every week, or it can change every month, or it can change every year. That means change over the time. Change over the time. Within a day it can change, or within a week it can change. Over the time it is changing. That is called continuous data. That is called continuous data. Some websites will say that weight is a discrete data. Obviously, it cannot be a discrete data. One person cannot be in the same weight for several months. He cannot be in the same weight. One thing he will increase little bit, or he has to lose little bit. He has to lose the weight. So obviously, the weight is not a discrete data. It is a continuous data. The today temperature is 35.2. It is precise. It can change every second. because now morning it can be 35.2, afternoon it can be 42.2, night it can be 24.2 or 24.1. So it can change every second, or it can change every minute, or it can change every hour. It can change every hour. It can change. My bike current speed is 81.2 kilometer. This also can be changed until you are driving. Until you are driving, it is going to be changed. Obviously, you cannot drive in the same speed. You cannot drive in the same speed. You cannot drive. That is 81.2. You cannot drive. It is not possible. The weight of the truck, it is also going to be changed. It is also going to be changed every time you load a goods inside to the truck. Sometimes it may be a 10 tons, sometimes it may be a 9.2 tons, sometimes it may be a 8 tons. Your 8 tons of goods will be there. So this is also a continuous data. This is also a continuous data. Time to wake up. This is also a continuous data. Every day you cannot wake up exactly at 5 o'clock. You can't wake up. 5, 1, or maybe in a nanosecond there will be a difference. In a nanosecond there may be a difference. So time to wake up. This is also going to be your continuous data. This is also going to be your continuous data. Cumulative grade point, that is your CGP. This also is going to be precious. You can say my CGP is 7.2 or 8.452 or whatever the number they give. So it is also going to be changed on every year. This is going to get changed. So if you see which is discrete and which is continuous, if you see 100 people in our cricket club, obviously it is a discrete, because you are going to count 100 people, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't measure 100 people, you can't measure. So this is going to be your discrete. This is going to be your discrete. She has 3 dogs in her house. Once more, you are going to count how many dogs in her house. You are going to count it. So it is going to be your discrete. It is going to be your discrete. One dog weight is 12.2 kgs. Now it is going to be continuous, because the dog weight can vary day by day or hourly. It may vary. So it is going to be your continuous. It is going to be your continuous. Can you rate this movie bad, average, or good? Can you rate this movie bad, average, or good? So this is also going to be a continuous. This is also going to be a continuous, because why it is going to be continuous is bad, average, and good. So this is one sequence. This is going to be one sequence, because these 3 are interrelated. These 3 are interrelated. Bad, good, bad, average, and good are interrelated. So it is called it as a continuous. The snake has 2 eyes. It is going to be discrete. You are going to count. You are going to count the eyes. The snake is 2 feet long. It is going to be continuous, because today it can be a 2 feet long. Tomorrow it can be a 2.2 feet long. Day after tomorrow it can be a 3 feet long. So it is going to be a continuous. So it is going to be a continuous. Petrol price, obviously it is going to be a continuous, because every day it increases. Every day it increases. So it is going to be your continuous. Number of workers in a company. So you can count it. So you can count the number of workers or employee. You can count. That is going to be your discrete. That is going to be a discrete. Days in a month, that also you can count. Obviously it is not going to vary every day, every month. It is not going to, every month will vary, but it is a fixed. So year by year it won't vary. So it is going to be a discrete. So this is the very important classification you have to understand. That is going to be a discrete and continuous. If you have a discrete data, if you are having a discrete data, In machine learning and in deep learning, 95% or 98%, you are going to solve the problem called classification. Now you can see here, can you rate this movie? I can write here, I can write here, I can write a machine learning algorithm. To find out a sentiment analysis of this particular movie. I can write a machine learning algorithm, or I can develop a artificial intelligence to find out the sentiment analysis of that particular movie using this particular data. So, but here we gave it as a continuous. But this also will be considered as a classification. That is the reason I said it is only 98%. Now, most of the discrete will go for classification. More 95 to 98%, the discrete will go for classification. Few things will go for continuous. It goes. Continuous data also will go for classification. One is this. It will go for classification problem. Now, if I want to know what will be my dog weight after 6 months. My dog weight after 6 months, that is a continuous. After 6 months, it may be 20.2 kg or it may be 30.2 kg. That means it is a continuous. Here we are going to use the regression. We are going to use to find out how many cages will be after 6 months. This is the regression problem. So this is the place only where you do the classification for your machine learning and your deep learning, how you are going to do. So we saw what is data. The data, you have three types of data. You have more data and data types, but everything will come under these three categories. One is text, the other thing is numerical, the other thing is image. Your video also will be considered as an image only, because the sequence of images is the video. Then we saw what is quantitative, where you are going to have some kind of quantity you are having. You are having a qualitative, where you are going to have some kind of quality you are having, Then we see the continuous, the rainfall is continuous, your weight is continuous data. And we saw the discrete, that is the number of students available in your class. That is the discrete. The next we are going to see, that is the nominal and the ordinal. The next what we are going to see is the nominal and the ordinal we are going to see. So is it audible? Is it okay? So when we talk about a nominal data, it categorizes the data in mutually exclusive group. You are going to have mutually exclusive group you are having. Obviously, your class is mutually exclusive group. Who belongs to section A? Obviously, any one of you from that particular section, any one of the person is going to be from that particular section. That is called mutually exclusive group. No order between categories. There will not be any order will be available between the categories. There will not be any order will be available. If you take gender, it is a mutually exclusive group is male or female. Whether any order is there, who born first, male or female, there is no order. Who is best, there is no order. In no way you cannot say is male is better than female or female is better than male. You cannot say. So it is a mutually exclusive group. There is no specific order. You cannot say male is better than female or female is better than male. You cannot say. So there is no specific order is available. City of birth. Mutually exclusive is Chennai, Madurai, Coimbatore, Erode, Hosur, Vellore. Now there is no specific order. You cannot say Chennai is better than Madurai, or Madurai is better than Chennai. You cannot say with respect to birth. With respect to birth. You can say that Chennai is having more people than Madurai. That is different. With respect to birth, if the person who is going to born in Chennai is better than the person who the child who born from Madurai, you cannot say. It is not correct. If the statement itself is not correct. That means there is no specific order. Car brand, mutually exclusive group, BMW, Honda. There is no specific order. If you ask BMW person, he will say we are the first. If you say Honda person, he will say he is the first. Okay, so there is once again there is no order is available. Once again there is no order is available. So if you are having a mutually exclusive group, if you are having a mutually exclusive group, your class is a mutually exclusive group. Your college, the students within the college are mutually exclusive group with respect to the college. Your section is mutually exclusive group with respect to section. Your year is mutually exclusive group with respect to year. That means I am studying in 4th year. The 3rd year student cannot come and say that I am also studying in 4th year. He cannot say. So the mutually exclusive group is only for the 4th year student. The mutually exclusive group is only for the 4th year student. So if the no order between the categories, then it is obviously a nominal data. It is obviously a nominal data. Now, the ordinal data is also a mutually exclusive group. It is also a mutually exclusive group. The only thing is it will have some kind of order. It will have some kind of order it will have. Technical ability. The mutually exclusive group is beginner, intermediate, expert. First you will start with beginner, then only you will go to intermediate, then only you will go to expert. Obviously, the day one you cannot become a expert. The day one you cannot become an expert, you cannot become. So you go to a beginner level, then you go to an intermediate level, then you go to an expert level, then you go to an expert level. It is the order, it is in order. Movie review, bad, average or good. That also is in a order. Bad means it is low, average means it is normal, good means it is a good movie. So that is also in a order. That means bad and average is having a exclusive. The bad and average is having a exclusive. Service feedback. Mutually exclusive group is not satisfied, neutral, satisfied. This is also in a order. This is also in a order. Economic status, mutually exclusive group. I belongs to low income group. I belongs to high middle income group. I belongs to high income group. So this is also a order, low, middle and high. This is also a order. Satisfaction rating, mutually exclusive, dislike, neutral, like. Dislike, neutral, like. This is also a order. So when you have a mutually exclusive group with your order, then it is called it as a ordinal data. Then it is called it as a ordinal data. If you are having a mutually exclusive group, if you don't have any order, then it is called it as a nominal data. Then it is called it as a nominal data. It is going to be called. So now you can see, now we can see what is the nominal data and what is the ordinal data. When you talk about your income level, then it is your ordinal data. You will have your income of 10,000 to 20,000, 20,000 to 30,000, 30,000 to 40,000, 40,000 to 80,000. Like that, you are having a order you have. That is called ordinal data. You are having a political party. You cannot say that A party is best or B party is best. You cannot say. So it is going to be a nominal data. You are having an eye color. Black eye color is better than white eye color. You cannot say. So it is going to be a nominal data. Blood group. A group is better than B group. B group is better than AB group, you cannot say. You cannot say. So it is going to be a nominal data. It is going to be a nominal data. Letter grade, it is going to be your ordinal data, because A, B, C, D, it is in a order. It is in a order. It is in a order that is mutually exclusive. That is going to be A to Z. A to Z, it is mutually exclusive. So it is going to be a ordinal data. Education level, once again, it is going to be ordinal data. You will have UG, you will have PG, you will have PhD. You cannot go straightly from first standard. You cannot do a PhD. You cannot do. You cannot do a PhD. You cannot do. So that is going to be your educational level. That is going to be educational level. That is going to be ordinal data. And you are having a competition. That is also going to be ordinal data. That is also going to be ordinal data. Type of house, that is going to be a nominal data. That is going to be a nominal data. You cannot say that flat is better than flat, or you cannot say that 2-bedroom flat is better than 1-bedroom flat. If you go to the person who is staying in 1-bedroom flat, he will say, this is the fantastic one. Why should I go for 2-bedroom flat? So there is nothing called order. There is nothing called universally. There is no order has been fixed for type of house. So that is going to be call it as a nominal data. That is going to be call it as a nominal data. The next one is the time of day. The time of day. Obviously, you are having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that, you are having a time. It is in the order. So it is called it as a ordinal data. It is call it as a ordinal data. So now if you see here, so we saw the data: quantitative, qualitative, continuous, discrete, nominal, and ordinal. So this is the basic concept of your data science. This is the basic concept of your data science. This is the place only where you have to start your data science. This is the place only where you have to start your data science. Once you start your data science, then only you can move it to your machine learning, or you can move it to your deep learning. You can move it to your deep learning. You can move. So now we are moving into a deep learning, or we are moving into the machine learning. Basically, the artificial intelligence we go. When we talk about a machine learning and deep learning, I am not talking about machine learning is a artificial intelligence. Deep learning is a machine learning. That means deep learning is a artificial intelligence. But all artificial intelligence are not machine learning. Or all machine learning are not deep learning. So be careful. The vice versa is not true. AI contains machine learning contains deep learning. So all deep learning are artificial intelligence, but all artificial intelligence are not deep learning. So when we talk about a machine learning, or when we talk about a deep learning, so you are having here a data collection. The first step is your data collection. The second step is the EDA, exploratory data analysis. The third one is data pre-processing. The fourth one is feature selection. The fifth one is training. You do. Then you do your assessment. Then you do your prediction. I don't have any. Okay, before going to the next slide, just I am taking it as a example. I don't have personally, or Wisen don't have anything called gender partiality. We don't have. The next slide, before going to the next slide, just I am taking it as an example to easily understand. It is not any gender partiality. Now, what is your data collection? Normally, not here. My friend in Malaysia, they do. Okay. Normally the ladies, before they buy something, they will do something called window shopping. They do something called window shopping. They go each and every shop, they go, they see the color, they see the rate, and they see everything they see. Then night, 1.5, 2 hours, they will have a big discussion they will have. Then another one day, they will do another one small window shopping. In the third day or fourth day, they will go and buy. This is the way only you have to do your data collection you have to do. In internet, the data is available. In internet, the data is available from various sources. So many edu website, uci.edu, Stanford, Oxford, Amazon, Microsoft, Google. There are so many people will give you the data set. So first you have to do a window data collection. You have to do how the ladies do a window shopping. The same way you have to do a window data collection. You have to do a window data collection. That means you have to analyze the various data set. You have to analyze the various data set. You have to analyze the various data set you have to analyze, and you have to see which is the best data set for my problem. Suppose if I'm going to write a deep learning algorithm, or if I'm going to write a machine learning algorithm, I'm going to write to find out a heart prediction. So what you have to do? You have to go and find out various websites. You have to go and find out, and you see that which data set is latest. First, which data set is latest? When you go to any cloth, when you go to any Saravana stores, or you go to any Saravana stores, or you go to Nalli, or you go to any Kumaran stores, you go, or you go to any mobile shop, you go. When you go inside, the first thing they will have is new arrival. The first one is one they will have a new arrival. They will have something called new arrival. So first you have to analyze, you have to take those data set, you have to take the new arrival data set you have to take. The reason is normally we will say that when we are wearing a cloth, we will say it is an old design, we won't wear it. The same thing here, it is applicable. That is the old data. So many people might have solved that particular problem. That is the old data. So many people might have solved that particular problem. Why should I go and solve the same problem? That means you are going to hit the snake which is already dead. Why you want to hit the snake which is already dead? You try to fight with the snake which is live. That is the latest data. So you go and take the data set. You go and take the data set which is latest. And you see the data set which is having so many problems in that particular data set. Then only your artificial intelligence is very good. You cannot see today you have a police. Do you think that whole Chennai are criminals? No. Only 5% or 10% are criminal. For 10% people, there are whole police is available. If all the 100 people are good, then you don't want to have a police. I am not very sure. I never gone to the country. Normally, the people used to say that in Cyprus, there is a small island in Europe where the people will not lock the door. I don't know. I never saw it. Some people said, but the Cyprus country, the island, how they formed the island is the criminals of UK. That is the top level criminals of UK. For the punishment, they push it to that particular island. So the whole island gene came from the top level criminals of UK. Those country has changed it to no violence, no theft, nothing is there. The houses are open. For that, you don't want to have a police. You don't want to have a police. That much of police you don't want to have. That much of police you don't want to have. Here now the criminals, now the problems are is becoming very high. That is the reason you have today. You are having a police. Now, if you go and find out around 10 years back or 15 years back, if you try to find out, we don't have anything called special force. You might have noticed there is a policeman will be saying that there is a special force. There will be some 10 or 15 or 20 youngsters will be there who joined police in the police recently. You don't have any special force before 15 years. Before 15 years, you don't have any special force. Today you need it because today we are into the situation where there are so many problems are taking place. So they need more police people. In the same way, when you collect the data set, you should collect a data set which is having a lot of problems, Then only you will learn, and it will come to near to realistic. It comes near to realistic. So you collect the data set, you spend lot of time to analyze the data set, then you fix the data set which is useful for you. The next one is going to be your data analysis. It is a very easy one. Don't think in a very big way. What your mother do, it is the same thing you are going to do. When you buy a rice from supermarket, then immediately you won't cook. Your mother won't cook. You or your mother won't cook. No one will cook. They will clean it. Once they clean, then only they will cook it. That is called data analysis. That is in your EDA, you do only that. You will have a data. Assume that you are having a heart prediction. In the heart prediction, obviously the age will be an important one. By typing mistake, by human error, someone entered 1500. In age column, somebody entered 1500. Obviously, the data is wrong. This is like a sand or like a stone within the rice. It is like a sand or stone within the rice. That means the data is wrong. Now, whether the person age is 15, or whether the person age is 25, or whether the person age is 40, no one knows. You can't go back to the person who entered the data. No one knows who entered that particular data. So you have to analyze such kind of anomalies. That is the spot anomalies. That is called outlier. Normally they will call it as an outlier, out of the range. Outlier is nothing but out of the range. So that is the outliers. You have to understand the outliers and you have to remove them. So if any unwanted data like age 1500, month 15 months, in 1 year there cannot be 15 months, will not be available. So those unwanted data is called noise. We have to remove that particular noise. And the important one we have presented is discover pattern. So using your quantitative or qualitative differentiation, you have to analyze the pattern. And you have to do the data analysis. That is covariation is whether one data is dependent on other data. If every day I eat 5 times, that means obviously it is having a dependent on other data. Your weight also will get increased. Every day I am running for 2 hours. I am doing a workout for 1 hour. Every day I am doing a workout for 1 hour. Obviously, it is going to have a direct effect on your weight. You will have a weight loss. You will have a weight loss. That is called co-variation or correlation. Both you have to do. Co-variation also you have to do. Correlation also you have to do. So you are going to do the analysis. You are going to do. You are going to do the analysis. You are going to do. So the first two things is finished. That is the pre-processing also will come under the EDA only. The next one we will go to the important one. Here is the catchy. Here is the important one. That is called feature selection. That is called feature selection. Now you all finish the 12th result. You all finish the 12th result. You finish. You finish your 12th. So you are having a name called Muthu, age 18, male, English, Tamil, Maths, Physics, Chemistry, Computer, pass. Now, what is my target? What is my target variable? What is my target variable? My target variable is pass or fail. My target variable is pass or fail. What is my independent variable? The independent variable are student name, age, gender, English, Tamil, Maths, Physics, Chemistry, and Computer. These are all independent variable. These are all independent variable. And my target variable is pass or fail. My target variable is pass or fail. Whether a student, Muthu, is pass or fail due to his name? No. Muthu will not, the student name will not have any effect. You will not have any effect. It will not have to decide whether it is pass or fail. Whether it is pass or fail. So your student name will not have any effect. Whether student name will not have any effect to decide whether it is a pass or fail. The age will not have any effect whether the student is pass or fail. They won't decide based on age. Whether the gender also will not have any effect to decide whether it is a pass or fail. The English will have a effect. The English will have a effect to decide whether he is pass or fail. The Tamil will have, mathematics will have, physics will have, chemistry will have, computer will have to decide whether pass or fail. Whether pass or fail. This is to decide whether the 12th result, whether it is pass or fail. It is pass or fail. Now, Ramu is failed. The same data. It is not a different data. The same data will be considered to decide whether you will get a BTech admission or not. The same data, except Ramu, because Ramu failed. Obviously, the data will not come to decide whether you will get a BTech admission or not. The same data, once again, the student name will not have any effect whether you will get a BTech admission or BTech admission. You will get a BTech admission or not, or whether you are eligible or not. It will not have any effect. For Muthu, no one will say that we won't give BTech admission, we won't give. They can't say like that. Age, obviously they cannot say. Today anyone can learn. Even recently I heard that in IIT Chennai, 85 years old, passed the GATE exam and he joined in MTech. Even before that, almost around 10-15 years back, it's almost 10 years back, Mumbai commissioner, after he retired, he joined MBA Finance. That is, in 58 years old, he joined MBA Finance. So the age will not have any effect to say that whether he is eligible or not. Today, it is not having that problem. Once again, The gender will not have any effect to decide whether he will get he is eligible or not. Whether the English will have to say whether it is eligible or not? No. When you go to a BTech, they will not check whether you got in English, you got 60% or 70% or 80%. They won't ask. They won't check Tamil. They won't check. They won't check the Tamil also. They won't check whether you got 80% or 90% or even if you got 40 marks, it is okay for them. They won't check in computer science also. They won't check. They will check only in maths, physics, and chemistry. Maths, physics, and chemistry. The same data for whether to pass or fail, English, Tamil, maths, physics, chemistry, computer are considered. For same data, for BTech eligibility, only physics, chemistry, and mathematics has been considered. Only same data. So now if you take this particular data, these data are all called columns. These data are all called columns. Okay, if you take in your Excel sheet, you will say it is a column. It is a column. So the column 1 is student name, the column 2 is age, the column 3 is gender, the column 4 is English, the column 5 is Tamil. Like that you have a column you have. Like that you have a column you have. Now, before marriage, the Nayandara is called it as a Miss Nayandara. The same Nayandara after the marriage is called it as a Mrs. Nayandara. This is the only difference. Person is same. Once you got a Tali, that's all. Then after that, she is called it as a Mrs. Nayandara. Everything is same. There is no difference. Only depends upon the religion. You have Tali or you have ring or something they will have. That's all. In the same way, this is called columns. When you say here, it is called columns. When you select that, which column is important is called features. That is the only difference. The data will not change. No, how Nayandara will not change. The same way the data will not change. The data will not change. For feature selection. For feature selection, please remember it. Please remember it. For feature selection, there is something called feature engineering. There is something called feature engineering. When anyone asks you what you are saying, I am an engineer. There is a meaning for it. When you say engineer, there is a meaning for it. When you say engineer, there is a meaning for it. If you go to Germany and you say that I am a chemist or I am a chemist, if you say, they won't take it. They won't recruit a person who when he say that I am a chemist. If you say that I am a chemical engineer, then the Germany company will recruit you. They have to see the word called engineering. There is a big meaning behind that. Engineering is having a meaning. It is very much true. In Germany, they won't recruit a chemist. They will recruit only a chemical engineer. They won't recruit programmer. They will recruit only software engineer. That means engineering is having some kind of importance it has. The same way, when I say feature selection, you are going to select which column is the correct column. That is called feature selection. When I say feature engineering, that engineering meaning. Engineering is you take two data, you create a new data. That is called engineer. So now today you don't have a entrance. Today you don't have a entrance for BTech. You don't have a entrance for basically the engineering course. I think you can ask your lecturer, or you can ask your father or mother. You can ask. Before around almost 10 years back, or 8 or 10 years back, they have engineering entrance test. They have an engineering entrance test. how they will calculate whether you are eligible for BTech or not. How they will calculate how you are eligible for BTech or not. After the chemistry, they will create another column. Out of 200 in physics, they will take only 50%. That is, they will convert it into a 50% and they will take. Suppose you got 100 mark out of 200, you got 100. They will take 50. Chemistry also, you got 120 marks. They will take 60. 60 plus 50, 110. 110. For mathematics, 200, they will take 100. That means if you get 150, 75, that means they will get the 150. If you get, they will take 75. They will convert it into 100 and they will take 75. That means 185. The entrance is 50 marks. You got 40 marks or you got 25 marks. That is 185 plus 25. That is 210. That is your cutoff is 210. That is you are creating a new column. From these particular 3 columns, you are creating a new column you are creating. That is called feature engineering. You are not selecting the column. You are doing a feature engineering you do. So feature selection is different and feature engineering is different. After that, in your machine learning, what I told you is you have a classification, you have here the regression. In this semester, you will pass or fail. That is called classification. That is called binary classification. Yes or no, true or false. That is binary classification. In this exam, what is the grade you will get? Whether you get a grade or whether you get a B grade or you get a C or D. That means you are having a multi-class. Classification. After the exam, in how many companies you will get placed or you will get through the interview. That is called multi-label. You can get your appointment order in IBM, you can get your appointment order in CTS, you can get your appointment order in HCL. You may not get your appointment order in Wipro. That is called multi-label. Classification. Multi-class is mutually exclusive. Only one class is available. Only one selection is possible. Whether you can be a grade or whether you can be a B grade or whether you can be a C grade. You cannot be A and B. You cannot be in both. But for your interview, you can get selected in IBM. You can also get selected in Wipro or you can also get selected in CTS. That is called multi-label. Multiple options can be selected. That is a multi-label classification. When we talk about a regression, you are having a linear regression and you are having a logistic regression. You have linear means you have a straight line to divide, but you have to go for a little bit of mathematics. You have to go. So these are all the classifications you have in your machine learning. These are all the problem you are going to solve. These are all the problem you are going to solve. Someone will say that time series analysis is not a regression. Someone will say that time series analysis is a regression. But for my understanding, time series analysis is also a regression only. It is going to be a regression. So now it comes to the last slide. Does it rain in Chennai today? Yes or no? Does it rain in Chennai or today? Yes or no? That is classification. What will be the amount of rainfall today? Whether it will be in 2 centimeter or 3 centimeter or 4 centimeter. So what will be the amount of rainfall today? That is regression. You are going to predict 2 centimeter, 2.1 centimeter, 2.2 centimeter. You are going to predict the value. This is called continuous. Please remember it. This is called continuous. When you have a continuous variable, you are going to do the regression you are going to do. How many marks you will get in today's exam? I will get 85%. I am going to do a prediction saying that I am going to get 85.2% I am going to get. This is called regression. This is called regression. What will my next year's salary? Well, I will get 1,10,000 next year. This is also called regression. What will be the house price in Chennai next year? This is also regression. Maybe it is 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs. Whether political party A wins in the election or not, it is a classification. Whether A wins or B wins or C wins, it is a classification. It is a classification. What will be the vote share? Whether they will get 35% or 80% vote share they will get, that is going to be your regression. That is going to be regression. Whether the customer will buy or not, that is going to be your classification. That is going to be your classification. What grade you will get in this exam? What grade you will get in the exam? Whether you will get A grade or B grade or C grade or D grade. So that is going to be your classification. That is going to be your classification. So any doubt you have?
So participants, if you have any doubts, please type and send it through chat window. Sir, there is one question from Rajan. Sir, the number of workers in a company is changeable. Next month, the company can hire more people is possible. Then how come it is discrete?
More people it is possible, but you are going to count. You are not going to measure. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, you are going to count. Let more people come. But whether you are counting or you are measuring.
So, do you have any other questions from participants? Okay, I request the participants to submit the feedback form, which is placed in the chat window. Sir, thank you very much for your deep insight on the data classification and as data science. And so we have clearly explained about the various classification of data, because given a lot of examples for each classification, because really the students have enjoyed a lot, because we have a separate hall. The many number of students are attending from the hall. And so thank you very much, sir, for your valuable time with us, spending almost 1.5 hours. And on behalf of our management and the principal, I thank you very much for your the time, sir. And I place my sincere thanks to ICT Academy, because they have supported a lot for organizing this particular event. And my sincere thanks to the team of Wisen IT Solutions for making this event a grand success. I thank our management, the principal, for supporting me to conduct this particular event. My sincere thanks to all the faculty members and the student friends. They are patiently listening for the first 1.5 hours, and because they given a lot of feedback, the very good feedback about the session. So thank you very much, and thank you all. Have a great day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. On behalf of Wisen, we thank you all, and hopefully we will meet you soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.